really complicated when it comes to when it comes to characters and online, and it's hard. It's a hard game. I'm gonna go through all the characters. Yes, I play Wigfrid. Not the best character, but I would definitely say I know what I'm doing. Okay. So, this game is really, for a beginner, it's unbelievably hard. You don't know what you're doing. So, I thought I would make a character guide. This game can be tough. Really tough. Okay. So, we're gonna start with Wilson and go all the way down to Winona. Wilson. He's a gentleman scientist, and his attribute is he grows a magnificent beard. Some people say he's the best character because he doesn't have any downsides, but I highly disagree. If I was going to pick the best character, it's a hard pick between Wolfgang and Wickerbottom. Willow. Stay away from Willow. She's a fire starter. Her perks, resistance to fire damage, can craft a reliable lighter and a cuddly bear. Can't keep warm when insane. Okay. Willow is overall one of the worst characters. Her perks, terrible. I don't think I've ever died from fire. Ever. The lighter has such a small radius, and it affects your sanity. I know sanity isn't a big deal when you're good at the game, but early on, sanity can really get to you. Okay. The cuddly bear. Not really that useful. Nightmare creatures are unbelievably easy to kite. And they're even... just a singular nightmare creature can be easily kited. It's just bait their attack, run, attack them until it disappears, and repeat that process over and over again. Wolfgang. By far, one of the best characters. He does a lot more damage. I can't remember the exact number. It's either 2 or 3 times. His speed increases, gets stronger, but the problem is... he is food drains. He's a strong man, grows stronger on a full belly, and is afraid of the monsters in the dark. That's actually a plus, because later on in the game, you're going to want nightmare fuel to get all the good items. So, when you are insane, you get more nightmare creatures, more fuel, better gear. It's overall good. Windy. It's haunted by your twin sister, feels comfortable in the dark, doesn't hit very hard. Okay. It's haunted by her... okay. Windy, she has a ghost, Abigail. Abigail is overall... she's okay. She's a spider slayer, absolutely. Feels comfortable in the dark. I don't really find this good or bad. I guess it's helpful for new characters, because sanity is really what gets new characters. It's normally not food. She doesn't hit very hard. This is a downside. She does 0.75% damage, and it is... or 0.75 damage of her normal... so 75% of the damage everybody else does, besides Wolfgang. She is not good with the hit reduction, but if I were you, most new characters are going to be avoiding conflicts, so if I was a new character, I would go with Windy. WX78. He is the 3rd best character. He can get his health up to a really high, he can get his hunger really high and his sanity really high. He is charged by lightning. It's unbelievably good. I'll go over the pairs later. Okay. He is damaged by water, but that's not really a big deal until spring. And if you're soloing, once you kill Deerclops, you get the eyebrow, problem solved. Not a big deal. The Picky Eater can be helpful. Wickerbottom, the ultimate team player. Wickerbottom. She knows many things, self-publishes books, and can't sleep, but hates spoilage. Knows many things, that doesn't really... I guess it becomes helpful because you can make a backpack early on, but after about day 10, you know all the stuff that you need to know. Science machine, or you already know the... alchemy engine, backpack, torch... dang it, why did I say... anyway, she knows the important stuff. She also can get books. These books are insanely helpful. For instance, the On Tentacles, really good for bosses, for farms. unbelievably helpful. Or the applied horticulture, you can grow up to like 60 berry bushes in seconds, just at a cost of sanity, which is good. More nightmare fuel. The lumberjack, I wouldn't prefer him. He's not that good. I wouldn't call him bad, but I still wouldn't prefer him. He has a lovely axe and a terrible secret, and is thankful for bountiful harvest. So he is the wood collector, or Maxwell. Anyway, so the terrible secret is he turns into a werebeaver. The problem was, in the original Don't Starve, when you were a werebeaver and you died, you would turn back to your original form. But in Together, you don't. You die, which really ruined Woody. It was fun being the werebeaver. Wes. I don't really have much to talk about him. He's the troll character. He's just bad, but when people play him, they know he's not good. So yeah, I don't really have much to say. Honestly, I would prefer Wes over Willow, mostly because practice balloonmancy or whatever. So he can become insane, therefore more nightmare creatures. Maxwell. Maxwell, I would probably rank the 4th best character. He is dapper but frail. He has very low health, and it's at about 75. Can split his mind into pieces, so he can summon shadow puppets. For instance, a Shadow Chopper, Shadow Digger, and Shadow Miner, and Shadow Fighter. Shadow Fighter, completely ignore. You don't need it. The Shadow Chopper and the Shadow Miner, good. The Shadow Digger digs up logs. Really good for farming resources. Now Wigfrid, my main. I personally use Wigfrid, mostly because I started out. Now everybody that is a pro and knows what they're doing, they might be like, wait, you shouldn't start out with Wigfrid. Because starting out with Wigfrid is bad. I wouldn't. Please don't. It ruins the community. It's filled with Wigfrids. Anyway, so the problem is she excels in battle. That's not a problem. I'm going to go over the attributes. She excels in battle, absorbs power of the fallen foes, and only eats meat. Only eats meat is the downfall. I haven't really found this a problem. I have only died from starvation very, very few times. And it's when I wasn't paying attention and I was getting bountiful harvest of grass and twigs. The downside of her. She does not teach new characters to kite. That's the problem. Because you have a helmet and you have a spear in your hand. What you can do is you can go slay everything. You can tank spiders. You can tank koalefants. But what you need to learn how to kite. You need to learn. Trust me, the less you get hit, the better. Weber. I personally don't like Weber. I know how good Weber is. He can be really good. I would probably rank him 6th best? No, 7th. I would say 7th. Anyway, so Weber, he's a monster, can befriend spiders, and grows a silky smooth beard. The silky smooth beard, it's not really that good. It's a monster. He gets attacked by pigs, and catcoons. This is a downside, at the fact that it's kind of hard to farm pig resources with Weber, but you can farm spider resources in the plenty. Winona. Stay away from Winona. She was added in the recent update. Added a lot of lore, but we're not going to go into that. She's a handy woman. Is a skilled builder. She builds like 2 times faster. I can't think of a single time. Maybe this has happened a few times to me where you're like trying to build a torch or whatever, and you're in the dark and you're getting attacked by nightmare creatures. That has happened to me. You try to build a torch, and then you get hit by the nightmare creatures and the night monster, and then you die. That has happened to me a few times. But other than that, I have not seen a use for the skilled builder. Gets 1 free hit from the dark. Now you might be thinking, that torch situation wouldn't have happened, but the problem is, I hardly ever die from the dark. Once you learn, even when I am in the dark and I don't have a torch, I'll just run around. Sometimes the helmet protects me, which is bad. I know it's a bad lesson to learn, but I'll go find fireflies. I'll dance between 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. Now, we're going to talk about their groups. What's good with each other. Wilson, Willow aren't good with anything. Wolfgang can group with WX, kind of, mostly, but Wolfgang can mostly group with Wickerbottom. I wouldn't say Wigfrid, I guess, because they're both fighters, but it's still, I wouldn't group them. Because The strong man needs a lot of food. What can Wickerbottom supply? Bountiful harvest of berries. WX. WX can pair with Wickerbottom. Because Wickerbottom has a book. The lightning, she can strike lightning around her. And the end is nigh. And is charged by lightning. So he can run super fast and has a light. So it's really good for the ruins. Not going to go into that today. Forgot to talk about Wendy. Wendy and Weber are a good pair. Because Abigail can kill spiders. Weber creates spiders. Maxwell. Maxwell, I would say, is pretty good with Wickerbottom. Because of the resource harvesting and trees. It's pretty decent. Not bad. So, overall, that's my character guide. Sorry for the stutters, the mess ups. This is my first video. But I hope that you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.